Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So today's video is going to be very interesting video because I am going to show you one scenario. If that is going to play out, then the upcoming weeks for Bitcoin looks extremely bullish, because if you look at this price structure in a weekly time frame, I have talked about this pretty often in my video, but right now I'm going to show you in a bit different way. I mean, if you look at this price action in a weekly along with this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, we are already aware the price of Bitcoin in an uptrend usually finds resistance around this middle of the channel, the yellow line, which is the 50% Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. You can see this yellow line has always been a strong line of resistance, and we have already talked about this on my couple of videos. But now what I'm actually going to show you here is a bit different. I mean, if you look at this price action, you can see whenever we were able to close the weekly above this middle of the channel, the 50% Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, we have always tested the next Fibonacci line, that is 61.80, before choosing a trend direction. In that case, you can see we saw this pullback, price again started following this rising trend line, but on a second attempt you can see we broke out of it, and as soon as we closed the weekly above this middle of the channel, we headed towards the next Fibonacci line of 61.80. This usually happens in an uptrend, not in a downtrend. And again, if you look at this one here, you can see guys, pretty similar scenario. As soon as we broke out of this middle of the channel and also the weekly found support above it, we always tested the next Fibonacci line, that is lying around 61.80 in an uptrend, right? Not in a downtrend. Here, this was also an uptrend, but the price of Bitcoin was not able to find support above this middle of the channel. That's why we started this downtrend. When we closed above this middle of the channel, you can see we also tested the 61.80 Fibonacci line. And now this is another very interesting scenario. So if the weekly is going to close above this middle of the channel, this yellow line, then there is a very high chance we are going to see another movement that could bring the price again around this 61.80 Fibonacci line, this red line that is lying around $67,135. So this means if the weekly is going to close above this 54,495, or let's say $54,500, guys, then there is a very likely scenario the price in an upcoming weeks could be heading towards the next Fibonacci line that is lying around 67,000, and we could be also making a new all-time high for Bitcoin. The reason why I'm actually saying you this is because if you look at this price structure in a bit different way, guys, you can clearly see right now what I'm about to do here. You can see this trend line, right, was a strong line of resistance. We saw that we broke out of it, and now we are seeing this impulsive movement. But in a weekly, we want the price also to break out of this yellow line, which is lying around 54,500 area. And why is this important? Because if you simply look at this in this way, guys, retracement, corrective move, right? Again, another movement. And now, guys, simply by deselecting this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, you can see this price movement is one very interesting price movement, which is known as 1, 2, 3 reversal scenario. Now this here is one bullish 1, 2, 3 reversal scenario, and according to this bullish 1, 2, 3 reversal, as soon as we break out of this 0.2 area, the reversal is confirmed, and price here could start a new move here to the upper direction. Because according to the bullish trend, you can see after this downtrend, when we see this relief rally type of scenario, the pullback around this 0.3 should not be lower than the 0.1 area, and also must not close below this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line. And in our case, if you simply look at this price movement, you can see we had this pullback, we had this relief rally, and this relief rally, right, this pullback, the 0.3 area, just like here, was higher than the 0.1 area, and 0.1 is this one in our case, right, 0.2, and this is 0.3. So you can clearly see the retracement what we had. If you simply take this Fibonacci line from this swing low till this swing high, right, you can see the pullback was not around 0.618, but we managed to find support above this 0.5. So this means the pullback confirmed this 1, 2, 3 reversal. And now if you look at this closely around this weekly time frame, you can see this weekly candle, the 0.2 line has already been broken. Break of previous high is a confirmation of this trend continuation. So in our case, since the weekly is still not closed yet, because today is Sunday, so if the price also manages to find support above this 54,000, then we are also going to confirm another continuation for Bitcoin. So as you can see guys, in a weekly with the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, for us the important thing is to find support above this yellow line, the middle of the channel, that is lying around 54,500, and also according to this 1 2 3 reversal, since the price here is already above this 0.2 area, there is a very likely scenario that we are going to also close above this middle of the channel and continue this trend here to the upside. So let's see how these scenarios are going to play out for Bitcoin. But if you look at this in a daily time frame, we are already aware in a daily the price of Bitcoin also looks very nice in favor of bulls, because the Williams alligator indicator crossover is still a bullish crossover. Not just only that, the moving averages crossover, if I would show you here, if you see this 20 exponential moving average crossing above this 50 exponential moving average, and at the same time MACD in a positive territory, flashing bullish MACD cross, RSI line above 50 level, and the T3 CCI in a positive territory, the confirmation is there that this trend here could potentially head here to the upside. So this is exactly what we are seeing in a daily time frame. And also guys, if you have watched my video from yesterday, I showed you this very interesting scenario along with this ascending channel, because we were aware the upper line area from this ascending channel is where we might be getting gravitated, because this upper line was a strong line of resistance, as you can see. So we are also saying if we do see any sort of a movement here to the upside for the immediate short term, 58,000 around that price range is going to be our price target. And after that, maybe we could see some sort of a pullback again, testing this previous temporary resistance line, which is around 51 to 52,000 range, and then continue this rally, forming this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern for Bitcoin. So this is one scenario you have to take into consideration in a daily time frame. But if we do see any sort of a pullback, right, then we are also aware the Fibonacci lines are going to play a very important role. Because if you look at this price structure in a very simple way guys, we are aware if we do see any sort of a pullback, right, the 0.618, which is lying around 54,000, is going to be one strong line of support here in a daily time frame. And the most important support is from this 0.5 Fibonacci extension line around 51,300 to 52,000 range, because this was the previous high, right? And if we do see any sort of a pullback, price finding support around this range, then we could be expecting some really nice bounce, and also this price continuing here to the upward direction, because in a daily price is clearly in favor of bulls, right, as you can see here. And also in a weekly, as you can see, this formation with the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve and also this 1 2 3 reversal could be in favor of bulls. So guys, as long as the price of Bitcoin is going to remain above this 51 to 52,000, there is a very high probability that we are going to continue this rally here to the upward direction. So these are some of the scenarios I thought sharing with you in today's episode. If you enjoyed my work, then come on guys, hit that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. By saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.